two CIP Berkeley parents who have a son in our program, Leah and Michael. This is Leah and Michael. Their son, Alex, is in his second year at CIP Berkeley, and we're very excited to have Leah and Michael here to answer some questions. So without further ado, I'd love to open the question to both of you. So how would you briefly summarize your students' experience at CIP so far?
Well, I mean, it's been almost 2 years now, and just in that short period of time, well, I guess a year and a half, we've seen a lot of growth with Alex. I think the biggest thing that I've noticed is he really has a strong desire to be independent. I mean, obviously that's what we want for him, but you know, something will come up that he's supposed to be doing, and even if we're trying to help him, he'll say like, I can do it. I need to be independent. So he's kind of learned that that lingo, but he really has a strong desire, I think, to do that. And I think he's also been a lot more open to trying new experiences. Mm-hmm. Would you say so?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's picked up so many specific sort of independent skills, like cooking different kinds of food that we wouldn't normally have here. You know, he was living with his first roommate was a vegetarian. So was he vegetarian?
Yeah.
So they eat a lot of bean dishes and stuff that I never thought that Alex would actually eat. And so he's, you know, doing things that he's growing as a person. He definitely is more independent, and just the fact that he's having to deal with like everyday things and you know, getting around Berkeley by himself. I mean, we used to be even more concerned about, you know, his personal safety.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing. And you know, personally, I've seen Alex grow, you know, in his year and a half at CIP, and we love having him as part of the community. So my next question for you is, what dynamics did Alex face since he started the program?
I think the biggest, I mean, in terms of like a challenge, I think, you know, the dynamic that was the hardest, I think, to navigate is some of the interpersonal skills. I mean, he's never had to live with a roommate. He's never, I mean, they have their own rooms, of course, but you know, you're sharing space with someone that's not a family member. And I think that took them getting used to some different interpersonal dynamics, and also just learning to advocate for himself. And you know, before we were the advocates for him. And so I think he's had to learn how to do that. And, you know, sometimes
he's still learning.
Yeah, I was gonna say, sometimes not always successfully, but it's a process, right? And he's learning how to set boundaries, how to communicate that to other people, and that's valuable.
Yeah, I mean, it's just challenging. The thing about Alex is he wants to please everybody.
Yes.
Right. He's very much, and he wants to develop relationships, and he's just a very likable, you know, sort of kid. And that's why I think he's been thriving in the program, because there's so many great people, both, you know, the staff as well as the other students. But there is that element of Alex that he rarely says no, right? And he can be influenced, you know, fairly easily. And so yeah, just him learning to advocate for himself. I think he's gotten better. He's definitely gotten better.
He has gotten better.
There we go. That works.
I was saying, I think that the staff at CIP has really been instrumental in helping Alex to define those boundaries and to communicate them to other people, whether it's other students or anyone else, like maybe at, you know, BCC, Berkeley City College. So, you know, Sylvia, his therapist, has helped him to literally to write down what some of these boundaries are, and that helps him, I think, you know, kind of internalize them and also to communicate them better. Yeah, I mean, I think the staff has really been great. His advisor is fantastic. You know, Linda has been just amazing and a real advocate for him while we're here, and, you know, he's there. So,
I mean, some of the other little things, right? Like, when he did laundry, he'd wash like a t-shirt and a pair of socks. He's like, Alex, you should, you know, let it store up and do it all at once. I mean, just like little things. But now he knows, right? I mean, because you do all the laundry. I'm sorry.
I mean, yeah, he's learned how to, you know, I mean, not that he didn't help out with laundry at home. He did. I mean, he would fold his clothes and put them away, but you know, now he has to do it from start to finish and kind of decide, oh, when do I need to do laundry? You know, that wasn't something that he necessarily did. So it's been good. It's been good just figuring out that, yeah, I probably should change my sheets and you know, wash the towels and things like that. Little things that, you know, we don't think about in our everyday lives, but that for someone like Alex, maybe is something that he has to actually think about a little bit. So, yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah, great. Thank you for sharing. So my next question for you, what have been the most significant areas of growth that you've seen?
I think is well, I mean, there's several areas, but I think one area that I've really seen tremendous growth, and I think his sisters have commented on this to me, is his conversation skills have really improved. I mean, he's always been pretty verbal, but
Yeah.
he tended to focus on what he wanted to talk about, and I think he's much more attuned to other people, and just more receptive to what someone else is saying to him, and really taking that in and processing it, and able to just carry conversation
Yeah.
and be interested in someone else versus what he wants to tell someone. And I think so that's been wonderful. And again, I would just say he has just a strong desire to be independent and to be successful. I mean, he's very self-motivated, and he wants to do well, and he knows that he needs to learn how to do things on his own. So, I mean, I'm not going to say there aren't times when he still calls us up, asking for help with something. Like the internet was down the other day, and I did get a couple of calls. Like, I can't help you with that, but you can make a call. So yeah, he's learning how to do that, but he wants to succeed. And I think that's been just wonderful to see that kind of growth.
Yeah, no, I would agree definitely on the conversation skills. Like he was much more one-sided before, and now say, hey Alex, how was your day? It was good, Dad. How was yours? He wouldn't usually do that. He's better at talking on the phone, I think.
Yeah, he's much better at talking on the phone.
He used to just like he wouldn't even hold the phone near his ear. He was just like he just had no interest. And now he can actually hold a conversation. I mean, I think he could hold a conversation. He's more
attuned, I think, to what the other person is saying versus than really just trying to convey what he wants to say. I think that's obviously it's I think part of the autism is just that lack of self-awareness. But I feel like he's really grown in self-awareness, and much more aware. Even when he does overstep or says or do something that he knows has upset us, I'll get a call later in the day and it'll be like, I was thinking about what happened, and I overreacted, and I want to apologize. I mean, he's just so much more attuned, I think, to others, and that's I think that's valuable.
And he's always been a very social kid. Like even at school,
very
in
social.
high school, he was like sort of the mayor of the town. Like everybody knows.
Everybody
Alex.
knows
Alex.
down
the street. Somebody saying, "Hey, Alex." And I think at CIP, he's brought that same sort of social. He loves the program. I mean, he doesn't want to miss a single event. Right. I mean, he's just he's just very.
He's a very social kid, and CIP is a good outlet for that, especially once you've finished high school. There aren't as many opportunities for that. So, I mean, COVID, of course, has affected everybody's opportunity to socialize, but he's still able to engage with people and learn how to do that in a safe way now, with wearing masks and socially distancing. But he's still, he'll go watch Saturday Night Live at one of the other students' apartments, and I think that's great to see. And he wouldn't have as many opportunities, I think, to do that here at home. But yeah, he's a very social kid. Like Michael said, we always joke about it, but I can't go to the supermarket with him without him bumping into someone that he knows from somewhere, because he is very interested in people. And hopefully he'll be able to actually have more live encounters versus Zoom. That's definitely put a little bit of a crimp in his social life. But yeah, he's making it work, and finding ways to socialize, whether it's outside, maybe going for a walk, or meeting in the courtyard where the kids can keep their distance, or doing a Zoom call, or FaceTiming some of the kids that he, made friends with in high school. I mean, I think he's been doing that more lately with COVID.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you for your responses. And I agree with you. Alex is very social. We, normally have holiday parties and Halloween parties, and he's always, he's the life of the party for sure. So my final question for you both is, for families that might be interested in CIP, would you recommend the program to them?
Definitely. I mean, wholeheartedly. I think for us, I think there was a time when we really were concerned about, what do we see for Alex? And, as he got older, we started to realize that, he can, do more things on his own. And you know, I think we've already mentioned that we were concerned about having him live away from home. He's really not had experience, or he had some, you know, very limited experience with like school trips and things like that, but, you know, very, you know, contained. So there wasn't a lot of risk. And yeah, it was kind of scary for us, but we're so happy that we did it. And we feel like he's made just leaps and bounds, you know, his growth. And, you know, we're excited to see what's in store for him down the road. But we love the program. The staff has been amazing. And we, you know, personally, we love the location, the Berkeley location. I know you have other centers that might work for other families, but for us, having him close by is reassuring. And I just think the urban environment it's just so easy for him to get around and grow as a person, do what you know, what he needs to do. So we're thrilled with his progress.
Yeah, I would totally agree. It's a great program. I think he's been thriving in it. And you know, everyone sort of has to figure out what's best for their kid, right?
Yeah.
And you know, we met a bunch of different families, and they all have different situations, right? Some of them come from very far away. I'm sure their kids are doing very well as well. But yeah, I'm very proud of Alex, and the program's been a great fit for him.
And I think the program really tries to tailor to each student. I mean, as Michael said, you know, kids have different challenges, different strengths, and it's not a one fit solution. And I think, you know, if I'm not mistaken, Alex, correct me, but I think there's 6 different modules within the program. And I love that they focus on, you know, the relevant aspects of, you know, just a person's whole life, and what one student might need more in one area and someone else in another. And it's easy to modify that and tweak it. And we found it to be a very personalized approach, which quite honestly, sometimes in the public school system was, I don't think the case. I think it was a lot more cookie cutter.
Yeah.
So it's just a fantastic program. The staff is professional and caring. And that means a lot because, you know, we're not there with him every day. So we need to feel comfortable in trusting him, you know, in your hands. And we do. So thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Aww. Well, wonderful. I loved chatting with you both today, and we are all very proud of Alex at CIP Berkeley. He really is a star, and we can't wait to see what he does next. So thank you both so much for joining us today.
Thank you,
All right,
Alex.
thank you.
Take care. Bye.